Hi, welcome back to Assembled. My name is Jacob.
And my name's Exa, and today we're back with, I guess...
Season 2.
Season 2, Episode 1, Season 2. It's been a long time coming. Apparently, me and Jacob are very busy people.
Well, we got band, we have theater.
Band, theater, debate. Journalism is
Is its own little thing.
It's a whole thing. We're so glad to be back, though. We have a camera now. I guess I can look at the camera, huh?
We're going to be... trying the new little thing of
hopefully you guys like it. Yeah.
Episodes.
So today we're actually talking about some of my personal movies
favorites
that's come out. Spider-Man No Way Home and Spider-Man Far From Home.
To be honest, we don't know if this is exactly where it is in the timeline, but
we haven't talked about them yet.
My Google search has come along.
It's good.
This is where we're at in the timeline.
Yes, and then after this episode, we're getting into like the TV shows and stuff like that, which Loki just started coming out with new episodes.
Loki season 2 is coming out. I have not yet watched it. I'm waiting for the entire thing to come out. But
we'll probably review it once the entire thing.
We will review it at some point.
Yes. So, I guess let's get into it. Okay, so we're starting off with...
Far From Home.
Far From Home. Okay, let me...
Now, this was interesting because I remember from Avengers Infinity War, I think, that... Peter Parker was going on a little field trip. That's how he was introduced. He was going on a little field trip. Mm-hmm. And my theory for that is he was going to his Europe trip.
Because that's where the entire thing happens.
That's where Far From Home takes place.
Well, because Nick and the girl, what's the girl's name?
MJ.
No.
Nick
Fury and his assistant girl. The other S.H.I.E.L.D. lead, Maria Hill. I love her, okay?
Ooh,
they were trying to recruit.
Have you seen Secret Invasion?
Is it in?
Secret Invasion.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to get this closer to me.
Because
it's out? Is it good?
I want to spoil it, but I can't spoil it if you haven't seen
it. But is it, just tell me if it's good or not.
Oh, it's good.
It's part of the Marvel Universe?
Yeah, it's with Nick Fury and stuff.
Oh.
It's kind of like a whole, like, who
I
can
saw
you
an
trust?
ad for it.
It's an interesting show.
Okay.
We'll
have to review it when we get there.
It's deep.
Okay. Anyway, on to Spiderman.
And I want to spoil it, but I can't. Anyways.
I'll watch it soon. I have to get Disney Plus, y'all, or I can't watch any of the new stuff. Like, I've watched Loki, but I would really like to rewatch it before we do the episode. But your girl doesn't have Disney Plus, so she's going to have to...
Gotta do what we gotta do.
I'm just going to say, I'm going to do what I gotta do, and then it'll be fine.
It's gonna be fine.
Okay, so...
Back to Spider-Man.
Back in Spider-Man. Okay, so at the beginning of this one, all of the people who just got snapped were snapped back. And so it's all of them going back through high school. Like, they have to reset and go through high school because they've been snapped out for 5 years.
Wasn't a very fun moment.
Not a very fun moment. So they're going through this. So Peter Parker is in high school, and he's still fighting crime in, like, his city, but he's not joining the Avengers.
Yep.
In this one.
And
not till a little while.
He goes on a little field trip.
And they go on a little field trip or whatever, and all of a sudden there's these things called elementals that are like coming out.
And everyone's like, whoa, what's going on?
Like, what is this?
And then we get introduced to this new character.
Magneto?
Yep.
Is that his name?
Yeah.
And he, like, has...
He's a little guy.
His costume's a little silly, if I have to be. I mean, you're in a fishbowl, so...
Yeah, it's kind of in a fishbowl.
But who is that? Jake
Gyllenhaal.
I like
I'm
Jake
going to be
Gyllenhaal.
honest. I don't really like him.
Really?
In that sense. And well, as a Taylor Swift, but I can't in the first place. But then adding what he did to Spider-Man.
Because what did he do?
Have you heard All Too Well?
10-minute version?
Any version?
No.
Well, it's about him, Jake Gyllenhaal.
And he's bad?
Yes.
So you can't like him?
I just can't like him.
But he did a pretty good job.
And also what he did to Spider-Man, I can't.
What did he do? Oh, like in the actual movie.
In the movie.
Okay, we have to explain the plot more. Okay, so they're fighting, and like there's like this Magneto guy comes in, and he's like, I'm from this other planet, and I've defeated these elementals, but there's one more, and they
kind of like introduces the multiverse.
Yeah, which is good. We love it because multiverse comes into play so much.
Yeah, post Endgame.
Post Endgame, it's just like everything is multiverse, especially in WandaVision. It's an alternate reality, but it's not an alternate.
Kind of plays into the idea of a multiverse.
Loki for sure, and we're talking about both of those next episode. But so anyway, he's fighting, and then while he's on this trip, he recruits
Peter
to help him fight these things.
So meanwhile, Peter on his little European trip has to now be Spider-Man as well.
And so it's kind of
crime with this weird stranger
weird
guy.
that Spider-Man just like showed up in Europe. Like, let's use our context clues.
You're really gonna see his attachment issues in this film. He gets really close to Magneto.
Because he doesn't with Stark. Is this after?
Yeah, he was kind of like looking for a new mentor because Stark's gone.
So he's kind of looking, and so he finds that in Magneto, and he also gets Nick gives him the Edith glasses, which is supposed to go to Tony Stark's heir. So he's basically saying like,
that Peter is Tony's heir.
Peter's Tony's
which
heir.
Which is really sad, actually.
So sad. And so like his suit is now like smarter, and he has the glasses so he can control the drones and stuff.
But like I said, Peter gets really close and attached to Magneto. What's his name? Like his
actual name?
Yeah.
It's something.
You'll say
Quentin Beck.
Which
is let's just call him Magneto.
Yeah, I don't want to call him that.
Quentin.
But Peter ends up giving his glasses to Quentin.
Yes, but this whole time he's actually. Okay, here's what I'm confused about.
He's actually a villain.
He's actually a villain.
He was acting like this really big, cool guy from another universe.
He's actually just human, right?
Really, he's not all that.
Can he fly, actually?
It was his suit.
With his suit. And he's using... people that Tony Stark have wronged have, like, ganged together and are now creating these giant tomfooleries.
Yeah, with, like, drones and stuff.
Yeah, so, like, none of it's real. Magneto's just making it. And so... But this is after Tom is like, these glasses are too much responsibility. I can't do it.
You call him Tom.
Not Tom. You know who I mean. Peter Parker. It's like, here, Magneto, you can have these. Turns out, guess who's the bad guy? Use our context clues.
I mean, I get...
Hit me in the heart.
Tony was not like a good person. Not good of a person. But why is that Peter's problem?
I don't know.
Why is that the world's problem?
They want the glasses. So Magneto wants to become an Avenger-level superhero. He wants the fame. He wants the recognition.
Which is not what you're supposed to be doing.
If you actually, like, fight the bad things that come, you'll make... Like, Scarlet Witch... Not Scarlet... I keep saying the actors' names. Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson.
It's okay.
She's not a superhuman. Well, yeah, no, she's not. And she's still an Avenger. So, like, Magneto...
It's the mindset. It's what you do.
Get it together... And start learning some, like, I don't know, kung fu if you want. I don't care.
Not all of Versailles. Not all fake.
Yeah, not a whole Versailles. So then Peter goes out to frame this on him, and he films it through the glasses or whatever. And they're fighting, and he kills him, right? Does he kill him?
Peter does.
He kills him, right?
But before that, a really cute scene that I just thought of.
What did I skip?
When Peter, or I guess when MJ found out that Peter's Spider-Man.
Wait, no, she already knew. Right? She was
she found out. And she was like, it was a really cute scene. You got to see like a more vulnerable side to her.
Yeah, because the MJ in this one is kind of like.
She's a very emo-esque kind of character.
The hair over the eye.
I don't want to say emo, but like emo-esque.
Yeah, emo-esque, like kind of like doesn't really fit in or like isn't real interested in other people, but she's like with Peter, she's more vulnerable.
She wants to give up that vibe. And you can tell it's all kind of fake.
Yeah, she wants to be like that kind of like off-putting so people won't mess with her. Mm-hmm. But then you see like this softer side to her.
And you see a lot more of that in Far From Home.
That might be my favorite.
No Way Home.
No Way Home.
Yeah, No Way Home.
Because it's Homecoming, Far From Home, No Way Home?
Yeah, yes.
Okay, No Way Home is my favorite one.
Yes, because it's the other Spider-Man.
I can't wait to talk about it because that's next. Sorry, I didn't mean to touch your foot. Okay, so then he kills Magneto, and then, but the people who are working with Magneto frame it. They're like, oh, this Magneto's not bad. Spider-Man just killed him, and guess who's Spider-Man?
Peter Parker. Peter Parker's the villain. Peter Parker is blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
But it's kind of messed up because he's still a teenager.
He's still just a kid, and everybody hates him.
Everyone in the world is now like, oh.
Don't like him anymore.
Which is really messed up.
That's literally the end
imagine
of that film. Okay, imagine somebody at my ripe old age of 17. Okay, I'm going to be 18 in 4 months, ladies and gents.
Someone saying, you're a villain. Everyone hate
And they call
you.
I think the dude who's the Daily Bugle guy, he calls him like a terrorist.
Jonah James.
Yes, and I'm like,
whatever. Yeah,
that's a 17-year-old.
I didn't notice a lot of the hate was all temporary. A lot of it was, at least.
Like, doesn't happen consistently.
Yeah, because I remember in Far From Home, it was a lot of, oh my God, you're Spider-Man. Everyone was just wowed that he was Spider-Man.
Well, that would still be annoying. Like, because he didn't want it to be revealed.
Yeah, you want all the attention and stuff.
Yeah. So then we go into No Way Home.
Which is...
I'm a big fan, ladies and gents. I'm a big fan.
I saw that film in New York.
No, you didn't.
Weekend.
You told me this, and I'm never going to forgive you.
I saw it in New York the around the month it came out, and oh my God, it was crazy.
Guys, we're gonna talk about it, and I'm gonna talk about it more. But at the end of this movie, I bawled my eyes out for probably 15 minutes.
No, it killed me. I was walking back to my hotel what did I just watch? And when we get to the end, I'm gonna do the little cardigan rap. I have some things to say because. Anyway, we can get into the plot. It's sad.
It's so sad.
But anyway, it starts out pretty good, though. It starts off with Peter's, kind of where No Way Home left off. Or Far From Home left off, which is Spider-Man is Peter Parker. Peter Parker Spider-Man is revealed to the world. And he's trying to, apply to colleges and get in. And but everyone's like, oh, we don't want
Spider-Man?
that.
I don't really know about that. But his lawyer is Matt Murdock, who is Daredevil.
During that scene...
Because there's already a movie for him, right?
Yeah, I remember there was rumors about him being in the film. But then when I watched it, I was like, what?
Because then he's like, the brick comes through the window, and he's like, I just hit a wall.
And I was like, of course he did that.
Of course. And I'm like, I forgot. I thought he was DC.
Of course you did.
What do you mean, of course I did?
What do you mean?
I thought he was DC, but I think I was thinking of the blue one. The blue devil. Blue Beetle. Because that's DC, right?
Yeah, there's a movie off of it.
That's what I was thinking. So anyway, so they're trying to get in. So then he goes to Strange because he's tired of these people harassing him for being Spider-Man. And
it was a really big Marvel film with Doctor Strange, Daredevil, Spider-Man.
All of the Spider-Man. I love
and their villains all in the same film. It was kind of crazy.
Cannot wait to talk about the villains. So he's like, Strange, make all these people forget that I'm Spider-Man so I can go back to living my life.
And
he's like, okay.
Doctor Strange was like, that's kind of bad idea, but...
I guess.
And then while he was doing the spell, Peter was like, wait, but I want her to remember. Wait, but I want her to remember. I want him to remember. And
then it goes haywire.
An issue.
Yeah, and so then he has to
honestly, that was messed up. Peter said that Doctor Strange was doing his thing.
And then he was like,
and he was even telling Peter to shut up.
I mean, if Doctor Strange told me to shut up, I would, because he's a little scary.
I don't really like Strange.
We've talked about this, but I know you don't.
Liked him.
I know you don't.
But we'll get to a lot more in Multiverse of Madness.
Oh my god.
AKA Wanda's film.
AKA the worst Marvel movie. AKA one of the worst, besides Thor: Love and Thunder.
When we get to Thor: Love and Thunder, oh god.
Guys, I cannot wait to get there because I'm going to have to watch it again because I fell asleep while watching it. It was that bad.
I'm sorry. It was a bad movie.
That was not a good era.
Marvel dropped the ball on that one.
So, Taylor has all good eras. Marvel's had a bad era. What are you doing?
It's just I feel like it's not twisted on all the way.
Okay.
Whatever, it's fine.
Back to our regularly scheduled program. So anyway, he goes to talk to the college guy at Strange's college lady at Strange's suggestion, and they're on this bridge, and guess who comes up over the bridge?
Mr. Dr.
Octavius. And I have a hot take, guys. That man is fine.
I knew you.
And
no,
I won't take
I knew you were gonna go there.
Any criticism.
I knew you were gonna go there. But what the heck?
He's so fine.
No, he's not.
Yes,
not
he
at all. Not one bit.
He has the little glasses and the jacket, the leather jacket.
That's such an ugly suit.
Like,
that's such an ugly suit.
It's so good.
No, I don't know if we can be friends anymore. I don't know if we can make this podcast anymore. This opinion is just too invalid for me.
He's so fine.
The opinion's too invalid for me.
Anyway, they're fighting on the bridge.
And Peter won. Peter won.
Peter won because he took control of his
In the little nanotech.
His appendages. But then guess who comes flying around the corner?
Mr. Green Goblin.
And, okay, so Green Goblin, Tobey Maguire and Green Goblin is the Spider-Man I grew up on. Like, he's my childhood Spider-Man.
Mine was Andrew Garfield.
I've never watched the Andrew Garfield Spider-Mans.
The Amazing Spider-Man 2 was my Roman Empire.
Your Roman Empire, you think about it every day.
Every day.
That's great. We can talk about Andrew Garfield later, because I don't think he's that cute. But...
Excellent. Your opinions today are just bad.
Flying back and forth, I know.
Sorry, I keep messing with things. I have,
okay.
ADD. I need to, find things to mess with.
I
need fidgets.
If I have my lanyard, I have fidget toys on it, but I don't have it today. Back to the plot. Where were we, Jacob? Tell me where we were.
Oh, the Green Goblin scene.
The Green Goblin. So he comes flying in, and all of a sudden he's like, what? There's 2 villains? What's happening? And then Doctor Strange swoops in and puts Doc Ock in, this holding cell under the sanctum. And with him there is the lizard guy.
The lizard guy, yes.
Forgot his name.
Oh, and then also MJ and what's his name right here?
Ned.
Yeah. MJ and Ned are there.
So he fights Green Goblin, who crashes into a thing, but then he goes back to being Dr. Osborn because he has 2 personalities.
Yep.
And he finds May, and May's like, oh, this poor man, I'll help him, because he really is suffering because he doesn't want to do all these awful things. It's
the Green Goblin.
It's the Green Goblin.
Which honestly puts Peter in a pickle.
Yeah. And that's William Dafoe.
No, William Dafoe did such a great job.
I love William Dafoe. He was
so good.
Phenomenal. And he was Green Goblin when I was a kid, and I was terrified of him because he was so good at
being these 2 completely different people.
And he has that smile where almost his lips, the smile and it's
he did so
good. But May wants to help him, so he brings him to Spider-Man.
And that kind of puts Peter in the pickle.
Because he's right now he's not bad, but
later he could be.
Later.
And then
foreshadowing.
Yeah. Which led to Peter's new goal of trying to bring him back home.
Yeah, Strange is hey, we opened the multiverse when we did that spell and you messed with it. So all these people were able to come.
Which foreshadows the Spider-Man,
okay?
Return.
I saw this in theaters, and when the Spider-Mans came on, everybody just erupted in applause.
Yeah.
They were so excited. I was so excited too. And so he has this goal to get them all out. So I think he locks Strange in the mirror dimension.
But I don't know how he managed to do that.
It was
geometry and stuff, I guess, but
I don't know how he did that either. But then he locks him there, and he releases all of the. He's like, "Do you guys?" Because I was reading the synopsis, and they all get pulled out of their timeline right before they're going to die. In their fight with their Spider-Man. So then. Oh
yeah, they were talking about that. Mm-hmm. But then he also managed to get the Sandman guy.
The Sandman and the Electro guy. What is the actor that plays him? Jamie Foxx. I was going to say Michael B. Jordan, but he was already in...
Jamie Foxx and Andrew Garfield. My Roman Empire.
Your Roman Empire? Because he was so good as Electro. Is that his
Electro.
name? So anyway, he takes him to Happy's apartment, and he's finds this box that Stark used to do some tech on the go.
And then he manages to cure Doc Ock.
Yes, and Doc Ock, what was wrong with him? The tentacles had taken over, right?
Yeah, and then
he tries to cure
Electro.
He starts curing him.
Yes.
He starts taking the thing out.
But then,
of him.
as that happens, the Green Goblin does take over.
Yes, and in the process, the lizard guy gets out of the truck. He escapes.
And all the other villains go haywire again.
I don't want to be a villain. Doc Ock, I don't know where he went then. He comes back later.
Villains go haywire again.
And then in the process...
Green Goblin does something horrible.
He kills May.
Dude, spoiler alert, he kills May.
I'm sorry, if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's a phenomenal
Honestly, I haven't seen it. Why are you watching this?
Yeah.
But
this is not meant... This is just us literally talking about it.
This is not a spoiler free
zone. It's a spoil zone. Actually. I cried. And she says, Peter, with great power comes great responsibility. Are you kidding?
That scene
you kidding?
was bad.
Because with my childhood Spider-Man, Tobey Maguire and Green Goblin, they all say it, which ties into also the animated multiverse movies.
Oh my god!
With like the canon event and things like that, which that's Marvel, is it not?
Oh, it's Marvel.
So we should talk about them actually.
Should we?
Absolutely. I just watched the newest one and it's phenomenal.
Oh, you just saw the Spider-Verse too?
2 weeks ago.
Oh my god!
And it's phenomenal. I mean, it's so good.
It is really good. But you just saw it 2 weeks ago?
Yes. I couldn't see it in theaters, and you have to buy it on Amazon. So I went to a birthday party, and they happened to have rented it, and we watched it. And it was so good.
No, it was really good, though. That's just the first part, too. Should be 2 parts of that movie.
Oh, yeah. But it's not coming out for, like, till 2025, I think.
I'm going to be a sophomore in college by then.
That's a long time.
Oh, my God. Anyways.
Sorry, one more thing. So I grew up with Marvel, right? Like, I grew up with Marvel. And I remember one of the first Marvel movies I saw was Thor 1, okay?
Yep.
And I was, like, in love with
Chris Hemsworth.
Okay, and I was like, Dad, let's watch the next movie. Let's watch the next one. He's like, sweetie, the next movie doesn't come out for another 2 years. And that was my first experience with the Marvel Universe and having to wait. I just kicked a chair. Having to wait.
I've kicked a couple.
I've kicked a couple chairs.
And a foot.
And I'm going to kick you. Anyway, it's crazy that I'm waiting again. But it's fine.
I am, like, really, like, happy with this film. I think it's great. Anyways, where were we? Oh, yeah. Villains go haywire. May dies. So then Peter goes into his emo phase.
So sad. Emo phase?
It's very, very dark.
Yeah. But then Ned and MJ are like, what are we going to do? He's like, so sad. And then all of a sudden, Ned's like, we can find him with the sling ring he stole from Dr. Strange. And all of a sudden, guess who's there?
Mr. Tobey Maguire himself.
Tobey Maguire, and then Andrew.
Oh, no, it was Andrew first.
Was it Andrew?
It was Andrew first.
Mm-hmm. And that's a really funny scene when she's, like, throwing the bread at him.
It was a funny scene. Anyways.
And so they're like, how are you here? And they're like...
It was kind of messed up. The comedic effect in that scene, I was amazed. And meanwhile, you're throwing jokes? I was blown away. And meanwhile, you're throwing jokes out here.
Me?
No, the movie.
Oh, the movie. They're throwing jokes, yeah.
I was just blown away.
How am I supposed to be laughing when I'm literally looking at Andrew Garfield and Tobey Maguire?
Playing Spiderman again.
I just love it when they do remix with the original. Well, not remix, but continuations with old casts. And so they're like, okay, we'll help you with Peter. So they go to Peter and they are having this really nice moment on top of, I don't know, a building?
Yeah, and then they kind of like convince Peter that like Toby's...
They're still good.
No, I'm going to use the actor's name. Tom.
Tom?
Like if it's Tom, too.
Tom, calm down.
Get back all... And...
And so then they break into the high school and they start...
Being all experimenting and stuff.
Okay, so since they all like make different cures for different ones, and they lure them to the Statue of Liberty, which is in construction.
Because they're making it all Captain America-y.
Yeah, he has like a shield or whatever.
Yeah.
I can't wait to talk about
And then
with the next, which the one soldier Winter.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier.
We already talked about that one. The one with Bucky and Sam.
Captain America and the Winter Soldier. Oh no.
The show.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That one's really good.
I thought it was alright. Well, I think it was okay.
We can talk about it when we get there.
Okay.
Okay. So they lure them there, and they're fighting, and they're like, it's kind of working, but kind of not. And guess who comes and helps them? Doc Ock, because he was
he's now a good guy.
He's healed. He's better. They're like, whatever, yep. And they end up healing some of them, but then I think it's like Green Goblin left, and all of a sudden, and Green Goblin killed his aunt. Like his aunt showed Dr. Osborn kindness, but then came over. So Tom has this like spitefulness, and he's just,
Tom.
That moment was so powerful,
and it really like shows what grief can like do. It's kind of crazy, and
it's also symbolic because the thing they're fighting on is the shield that fell off in the fight. I didn't think about that. And they're fighting on top of that, which is supposed to like represent the Avengers and them helping people. and he's just like, he has such like grief, and like that was so powerful.
Which honestly is like a good event. All the Avengers had to go through something like that.
Yes, all of them have like a moment where they're like pushed to their limits, and the other Spider-Mans are like, Tom.
And it really shows that Tom's not really a child anymore. He's been through stuff.
He's grown. Like
It shows how much he's grown since like the first film. Yeah. Even Captain America, Civil War.
Yeah. Because that's when he first showed up at Spider-Man. No.
Captain America.
So then they're like, no, but then the multiverse starts opening up.
Yeah, because you see all these
like worlds opening up, and the world's gonna end because they're all like.
So then Doctor Strange showed up again. He basically got out of the mirror dimension, and has to go fix it.
And we know.
And it's just sad scene.
We know what happens. So.
Tom does the big thing of making everyone forget about him.
He says, I want you to make me forget about me. And Strange is like, I don't know. Not just forget about that he's Spider-Man. Forget Peter Parker. And then he promises MJ that he's going to come back and tell them so they can get to know each other. That's so this is part of the reason why I was crying. He promised MJ.
He go see her.
He promised MJ he would tell her. And he didn't. And that is awful. That's awful. And people argue with me. They're like, oh, but like he doesn't want her to get hurt again. MJ would want to know, and Ned would want to know.
It was so sad.
And he promises, and he walks into the coffee shop, and I'm like, oh, they're gonna tell him and be right. And he leaves, and I'm just crying, and I remember just saying over and over, like he promised, and it broke my heart.
And then you see a little glimpse of his new suit at the very end of it. Yeah.
Do we?
Yeah. It's all Christmassy and stuff in.
Can I not remember that?
It was so sad.
Well, because then he moves into his own apartment and decides to just be Spider-Man. Because May's dead. And then the end credits also broke me.
What was the end credits?
Okay, so he goes to Tony's grave.
And
Happy shows up. And Happy is kind of his last connection to Stark.
And he also forgot.
him. And he's like, hey, you know Tony? Yes, he knows Tony. That's, like, his mentor, his, like, thing. And he's like, oh, you know Tony? Have a good life, kid. And I'm like, they've got to fix this. Is there going to be a fourth one? Google it right now.
You got me sad again, actually.
I'm sorry. I was crying so hard. And I'm a big crier. I can't wait. We and Jacob saw Guardians of the Galaxy, and I can't wait to talk about it. Because I haven't stopped thinking about it. So.
It's a good source, though.
I don't know. We'll edit this part out.
According to a source that I don't know if it's confirmed or not, or a reliable source, but according to this reliable or unreliable source, Spider-Man 4 is currently being written.
That's so far.
But
Tom is not going to be a teenager anymore. He's going to be 30. He's like 26 right now. How old is he?
How old is Tom? Not Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise is 61.
Wow, and he's still out there bopping around.
Anyways, Tom Holland's 27.
He's going to be like...
in his 30s.
30s. And that's not... You can't pass him for a high schooler anymore.
Dang.
So I don't know how they're going to handle that.
He's probably not going to be a high schooler, though.
Oh, because they might fast it forward, do you think?
Well, in the timeline, it's probably going to be time it's going to pass.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know.
Well, anyway, these are two of some of the best movies. The best... It might be the best, like, trio.
I know this movie has gotten, like, a lot of hate.
For what?
It's just, I don't know, stories, I guess, and stuff.
Why? It's so good.
And the
like,
ending and stuff.
The return of all of them, like...
It was really good, really powerful.
Very powerful, and it's just, I love it so much. Next time, we're talking about...
Loki and WandaVision.
So we're getting into the TV shows. I'm very excited about WandaVision. I'm a big fan.
WandaVision is one of my favorite shows.
Wanda's just my girl, you know, like...
And we're going to start diving into the multiverse.
It's going to get more complicated to explain, guys.
A lot more complicated.
We're going to have to go on more tangents. So thank you for tuning in. See you next time.
Bye.